On a stormy night, the wind howled through the trees in the small, deserted town of Morrigan's Hollow. The tales of the infamous Andheri rat ki Chudail were whispered among the townsfolk who dared not step out after dusk. She was said to be the vengeful spirit of a woman wronged many years ago, who roamed the streets in search of justice. Young Arun, a curious and adventurous boy, had heard these stories all his life. While his friends cowered in fear, Arun's curiosity got the better of him. He decided that he had to find out whether the stories were true. One fateful night, he sneaked out of his house, armed with nothing but a flashlight and a courage born out of naivety. The night was eerily quiet, save for the rustling of leaves and distant thunder. As Arun walked through the narrow lanes, he could feel a chill run down his spine. Every shadow seemed elongated and menacing, yet his determination pushed him forward. As he approached the old, abandoned mansion at the edge of town, Arun's heart began to race. It was said that this was the Chudail's dwelling. The air grew cold, and with each step, the sense of unease grew until he found himself at the threshold of the mansion. With trembling hands, Arun pushed open the creaking door, his flashlight cutting a narrow path through the darkness. The house was in ruins, cobwebs adorned every corner, and the air was thick with dust. Suddenly, a faint sobbing sound echoed through the hall. Arun's heart pounded fiercely. He stood frozen for a moment, considering whether to retreat or confront the source of the sound. Gathering his courage, he followed the sound deeper into the mansion. In a dimly lit corner of a large, desolate room, he saw her, a spectral figure cloaked in white, her hair wild and flowing like a river of darkness. Her presence was both mesmerizing and terrifying. Arun watched as she mournfully floated above the ground, her hollow eyes oblivious to his presence. Suddenly, the spirit turned, her gaze locking onto Arun's. Time seemed to halt as fear rooted him to the spot. But instead of malice, there was a profound sadness in her eyes. "Who are you? Why have you come?" Her voice was a hollow whisper that reverberated through the room. Arun gulped, finding his voice. "I wanted to see if the stories were true," he answered. For what felt like an eternity, the Chudail studied him, then slowly nodded. "Stories hold truths. But my tale is one of loss and justice denied," she murmured. Her form gradually faded into the shadows. The encounter left Arun standing alone, the lesson indelibly carved into his memory. He realized that every legend carries a fragment of truth, a lesson that the world could learn from if only it chose to listen.